She is a former courtesan, trained in Alam's temple. She comes from the planet of Kua, and she is a first come, and her icon is the judge. And she made some mistakes aboard the Ghazali, but I think in the end, she feels pretty happy with how many people they were able to save. And she is extremely happy that they were able to recover the container containing her dear darling Saeed, her best friend and bodyguard. So she is very happy about that. And that's Amira.
Yeah, that was a bit of a close call for a minute there. Speaking of Saeed, Mike, tell us about Saeed and how you're feeling. You kind of missed the harrowing flight back, but maybe you got a
Yes,
little
I thought it
rest.
was a great flight. I have no idea what happened. Uh, yes, I play Saeed Hafiz. Saeed um, is former Legionnaire, became mercenary, and then ended up being a bodyguard. Um, he's a first worlder. His family was quite connected, and he's was quite privileged until he decided to take a direction that his father didn't like, and he decided to go to med school instead of following his father's footsteps, and that brings him out into the black with everybody else. And so he is trying to make a new family with the crew, and very much loves each and every one of them and is very protective of them. That's Saeed.
Excellent. Young, tell us a little bit about your character and kind of what's going on and such.
So I'm playing Rahman Al Qasim. Rahman is a gifted Zenithian pilot from Kua. He has served alongside the Black Swallows after graduating with high marks from Zenithian Pilot Academy. After about 2 tours for the Swallow, he was scouted as a test pilot by Helgria Heavy Industries, which is the maker of the ship that we're flying currently. When Amira and her crew procured the ship from Helgria, Remen was invited to be the pilot, and he has participated in the rescue, and he's just happy to be able to go back to Sacred Oasis.
Excellent. And last but not least, Crystal, tell us about your character.
Cyrus Toma is the ship's engineer, one person maintenance crew with a robotic arm on her left arm. A little accident she had when she was younger, but she managed to build her own arm out of it. And so, that's freaking cool. And yeah, she's happy to be back, be doing some repairs on the ship, and assuming they're going to get paid for this, she's looking forward to getting some new DC6 cup links to upgrade the old DC5s. That way, she'll only have to scan the emissions once a week instead of every day.
Excellent. It's always good to have some upgrades. So yeah, you guys are kind of, you're in the dock. People are kind of hanging around. It's not like you're under lock and key, but of course it's a customs thing. So eventually a man, very, very thin and tall, dressed pretty much immaculately, though not in very fine clothing, but what he's got, he's really taken care of. He's got his crest that signifies his rank as port inspector. He's got a tabula in his hand, and he's being followed by two of the station guards. This is not uncommon, of course. At customs, usually there's guards with the inspector, so you probably are not alarmed by that. They kind of stop about 10 feet or so away from the ship, and then he moves forward and introduces himself. Greetings. I am Asal Arab. Were you bringing any trade goods onto the station?
No trade goods. Many, many refugees.
I see, I see. He starts flipping through his tablet. You are not carrying any cargo?
No, no cargo, just people.
I see your sacred oasis. I see that you often are moving cargo around. You didn't have any cargo on this trip. That's unusual, no?
Very unusual. But this was not the trip that we expected it to be.
I see, I see. He starts typing something in. Well, I'm going to have to come on board, just to be sure. I mean, it's standard practice, standard practice.
Of course.
And he steps on board and kind of he has you kind of tour him around the ship. And he's looking around. Obviously, you don't have any cargo,
Right?
as we know.
I'm not
So he
lying.
he sees the he sees the empty cargo holds, and he says, "Why, with fuel being so expensive, it seems odd to travel around with an empty ship. Hope you'll be able to pick up some cargo here."
Oh, yes, well, we need to get these people settled after what happened.
Oh, yeah. All right, the people. Okay, you should be good. Sign here. And he flips the tablet around, and there's like 17 places for you to sign.
Right? I will sign.
Okay. He presses the button with his fingerprint, and then he turns and walks off the ship, and he says, "Enjoy your time at the station. I hope to see you soon." And and then he just kind of walks out, and when he walks past the guards, follow him, and he moves down to. It looks like he's going to inspect other ships that are coming in. And you are basically left on the dock. I mean, there's people kind of scurrying around still. People who weren't that hurt are still kind of spread about, and maybe this like medics just helping them with minor injuries. Anybody that was really hurt has been brought to the medical lab, the major medical lab. Also, the woman, Comina, who had passed out, when you guys had to carry off the ship, she was brought to the medical labs, and you don't see Brother Ramos either. Presumably he also went, as he is a surgeon. You do see, kind of leaning on the wall, smoking a cigarette in the back, a man who you know. He kind of looks at you and raises his eyebrow.
A man who I know?
The man who is extorting you for the money from that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of raises his eyebrow, and then he kind of looks over at the inspector. He looks back at you.
You want me to handle this?
No, let me go talk to him.
Okay. I was going to say, my way of talking might not be as eloquent as yours. So you go do your thing that you do best.
Did you have something you wanted to say to me, sir?
Oh,
So
no.
welcome.
Not at all. I was just, I think it was a job well done. And any job worth doing is a job worth being paid for. Don't you think?
Of course. But we haven't been paid.
Oh, you were paid for what you did.
No, we haven't been. We saved those
see.
people.
Oh, yes. You were great heroes. I'll be at the cantina. He turns and walks away. As you're kind of you're dealing with that, the rest of the crew, you kind of see that the other guy, I always screw up his name, so I had to look it up. Yeah. His name is actually, Komoro Vi. The kind of the guy that was, maybe your competition in some ways. You see him with people, his kind of people still gathered around him, and they're he's still bossing around the people that will still listen. And he's like, "You gotta do the Silver Surfer." You can see him kind of seeing like he's trying to take leadership of some of the stuff that's happening out here. Well, how effective it is, or if he's actually helping anybody, is really anybody's anybody's guess at this point. But he seems to be trying to take some control on the dock. And when you kind of see him doing that, and then you notice that a woman with a small handheld camera, she flips up the thing, turns on the light, and she looks around, and you see her kind of walk up to him and start talking to him, and she's filming as he's talking. You know, he's like, I mean, you can't see what he's saying from this distance, but she's clearly interviewing him. So what does everybody want to do?
Well, I'm keeping an eye on Amira.
Yeah, Amira will walk over there.
I'll at least shadow her.
You're gonna walk over to the reporter, or to the guy, or we're gonna. Well, you can go anywhere you want on the station. You're free to go now. Just because I know it's been a while. You did collect that green disc. You don't have. Nobody knows you have it except for you, of course. And other than that, I mean, there's other things that you could do. Obviously, people are going to need rides back to Coriolis. You need to get back to Coriolis. I mean, there's lots of things that you could do. I don't know what you want to do, if anything, here on the station. But she apparently is a reporter. In fact, you would be actually, since even though he's not here, but I'm assuming that Arif would be here just for this ending part before he leaves the crew, and he recognizes her as a reporter for the bulletin. So if that's not obvious, he tells you that her name is Anada Gram. Yeah.
What's her name? Say it again.
Anata Garam. Garam. Anta. Anata. No, Anata. Anata. And then
Okay.
Garam. Garam. That's how I will pronounce it, even though it's probably not correct. I apologize to anyone who can pronounce this better than me. Anyways, that's her name. And she is a reporter for the Bulletin, and she appears to be interviewing Komorovai.
All right. I'll walk over there and Komoro, are you telling this woman how you saved everyone?
He looks with a smug smile and he says, "Well, I always think of it as a team effort, but of course every team needs a captain and a leader. And when those things are put forth to me, I have no choice as a courageous man to take charge and save whoever I can."
Interesting. What ship are you captain of?
Well, captain can be a figurative term as a leader. Not all captains have ships. Or, my ship was destroyed, we'll say. Yeah, my ship was destroyed in with the Ghazali, and, I didn't take the time to try to save my ship because I thought it was more important to save the people. But you and your crew did a good job.
Yes. It was a team effort. We worked together. And I'll smile at the reporter. My special
She smiles
smile.
back and, she says, she turns and points the camera at you, and she's like, "Oh, it was your ship that helped get the people off the Ghazali?"
Our ship and one other. I am Amira, captain of the Sacred Oasis, piloted by the great Rahman Al-Qasim.
She zooms the camera on Ramon in the back. Point at him. He zooms back.
These are my crew, and I'll introduce the crew.
They catch him with an odd, expression on his face.
Right. He's like, yeah. So she says, "I would love to see your ship," and you can see that Kamara's getting a little bit jealous. He's like, "Well, there's more than one ship."
If the camera zooms through at Cyrus at all, she takes her hat and pulls it down on her head, kind of tries to hide her face with her human arm.
Okay. Yeah, that makes her, of course, even more interested in filming you, as reporters are. Yeah, so she's like, "I would love to come on your ship and interview you all." It would be a top story for the bulletin. Everybody is talking about this disaster. We thought for sure the Ghazali was destroyed, and also the warship that was protecting y'all was completely destroyed. No survivors. Nobody knows what happened.
Yes, none of us are sure exactly what happened to cause the tragedy. But it certainly was a tragedy.
Yeah.
I'm just glad we managed to save the people we could.
Yes, it seems like Komoro. She looks at the Komoro Vi. You did ran the med lab and saved a lot of people. Excellent job. Oh, it's the least I could do.
Yes, Komoro was very, very helpful in the evacuation effort.
Good. Excellent. Can we take a look at your ship? That's my camera. It only has a little tiny lens. I guess that would be like that.
You can film around the outside, but it's there's still a lot of people. Is everybody off the ship now?
Everybody's off the ship. Yeah, it's been like probably almost an hour. They got everybody off the ship, and that you were waiting for the inspector.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, I would love to see. She starts walking away from you and towards Rahman. She says, "I would love to see the great pilot in his piloting seat. It would be first front page in the bulletin. Rahman, pilots of the next generation."
Rahman looks at her and instantly he freezes up. Obviously, he's never had this sort of attention before, and he says, "My name is Rahman Al Qasim, and I love to fly." And he zips up.
Oh, perhaps you could show me some of your talents. Which kind of gets like the camera in your face.
And you see him kind of like nervous. His eyes are darting, left and right, and looking at Amira, and then nervously looking over to Cyrus, so that they could help him out. And he says, "Sacred Oasis is not just a ship; it's a home, and I love to fly."
I'll walk over there and I'll put my hand on Ramon's shoulder, and I'll say, "Ramon is very shy, and we've been through a lot. Perhaps the ship tour should wait for another day."
Well, the news cycle moves very quickly, and I mean, I don't want people to think that you're trying to hide something.
Ramon, you should give her a tour of the ship that you piloted over here.
Yes. I think I could do that because I love to fly. Yes.
Yeah, that required great skill.
Of course. Would you join me, Saeed?
And
Saeed, do a manipulation test to see if you can get her to agree to go to the other ship.
Okay. Manipulation.
It's hers, which is. Oh, that was not a very good roll.
That was not a very good roll. That was a failure on my part.
Okay, yeah, she doesn't succeed either, but you didn't succeed. So, yeah, she says she agrees to it, but you can tell she seems very suspicious that you're sending her to the other ship. Like it's pretty obvious, and she's like filming like your ship as she's like walking towards the other one and talking to Irma.
I'm gonna sacrifice something for a friend here. I don't want to be on camera, so what I'm gonna, I'm gonna step up, still kind of have my head down. I'm gonna say, yeah, well, the other ship was actually broken. Like only a truly skilled pilot would have been able to maneuver such a ship in the condition that it was in. Like, I had to look to try and repair it myself, but even with my skills, it would have taken hours to repair. And he flew that thing like it was fresh off the factory floor.
Wow. You speak highly of your boyfriend. Your skills? Are you who are you?
Oh, me? I'm no one. I just fix the toilets. That's all.
Well, then it's not very impressive that your skills couldn't fix it. Is it?
No,
You must.
she is the
Like,
best mechanic on this side of the.
Yeah, with that, she'll raise her robot arm and say, "Hey, listen here, you little bitch. I made this arm on my own using a box of scraps. Do you understand me?"
Cyrus,
Oh, I see.
Sorry,
I
Captain.
see. Temper issues. I see here. The captain has to keep them under control.
Hey, Cyrus, should we go sweep out the cargo deck?
Yeah, that's right. We
I'll
do
help
need to
ya.
get that cargo deck swept up.
Oh, the report said you didn't have any cargo.
we didn't have any cargo. We have a cargo hold, though.
I see.
That is
And
where
there
we
were
brought the people.
in
Yes.
there.
Yes.
You know,
Oh.
people walk around. They have like dirt on their shoes. Yeah, sweep it
Oh,
up.
the dirty people.
Cyrus, Saeed,
It would be nice to
I will
to
nod
look
at
at this.
Saeed.
It would be great to have it on camera, though. I mean, to see the filth of the people that you saved, Captain.
I didn't hear what you said, Nikki. What do you want us to do?
Oh, I want you just to take Cyrus out of there. Yep.
Raman
Okay.
at this point, taps at the reporter. Well, the ship is over there. I could walk you over there and tell you all about the trials of rescuing 2 ships. Yes,
Excellent. Yes, let's go.
and then
She
finally,
follows you to the ship.
getting over his initial camera shyness, Raman begins to loosen up a bit and starts talking about how he was able to, pilot that ship.
Excellent. So some of the passengers said there was some kind of a radiation storm that made you go off course or something, because they said you stopped for a while.
Well, after we left the ship, Ghazali, we were trying to dock because I wanted to return to a sacred oasis because that's where I belong. And we thought that we would be able to fix this particular ship, and he gestures at it, so that she would be flyworthy. However, because of a sudden radiation storm, we were almost torn apart. But we were able to stick together. Everybody survived.
I see. So you risked all the survivors to get back on your own ship?
No, it is imperative, a duty of a pilot to be on his own ship. Yes?
I see.
But thanks to the blessings of Deckhand, and then he kisses his little talisman, we were able to survive through it and return without a scratch.
This sounds like an amazing story. And then she goes in with you on the ship, and you give her the tour or whatever. She films stuff. She films you sitting in the pilot seat, and she asks you more questions about it and stuff. But she seems to be done probing for now, anyways. What's the rest of the crew going to do while Ramon's given the tour? Watch out for those journalists.
How much damage was done to the ship with the ion storm? Remind.
I don't think you took that much damage. It was a little bit, but not a lot. I mean, it's
okay.
It can be repaired pretty easily, probably by Cyrus.
Where's Sabetha?
Oh, hold on. You know what? What am I talking about? I don't have to remember. I marked it down on the thing because I have a character sheet for the ship. That's why Daryl doesn't have to have a good memory. Let me see if it took any damage. Yeah, it did. You're down 1 whole point. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you could still fly it like that, but it would need to be repaired eventually.
Right.
How many hull points do we have so I can put it on our
6.
sheet? Okay, and we've taken 1 damage already.
Yeah. Well, there's a sheet for the ship.
Yeah, I put it on there.
Right.
I mean, I didn't have it before. I just now
Gotcha.
put it there.
Okay. I mean, there is a sheet for the ship. Not on your sheet. There is a sheet.
I see what you're saying.
I mean, you can keep it on your sheet too. It's fine. Wherever you want to keep track of it. I just have that so I can remember. Okay, so yeah, it can be repaired. It'll take a day or so. If that was ultimately the question.
Yes. We need to repair. And where is Sabatha?
She actually, when you got in the dock, she said that she was gonna, make connections. Talk to her contact, and then she would get back to you. And she left.
Okay.
Yeah, because of course she's not part of the crew, so she didn't have to stay on the ship. You all got delayed about an hour, but waiting for the port inspector. Yeah, but she left. She's not there now. I mean, if you had wanted to tell her where to meet or whatever, you could have done that. I mean, she didn't like run. She just, seeing authority figures made her want to not be around.
Right.
Yeah. So you could have told her to meet at the cantina or whatever if you plan on meeting her later, if that's part of your plan. Otherwise, you can find her pretty easily. She's around.
Okay. Well, she owes me money.
She does. A lot of money.
A lot of money.
Yeah. Also, who's your patron?
Our patron is Jairus Kumbra.
Right, Kumbra.
Yep.
Yeah, you will get a transmission from Kumbra, actually. Kumbra is he's the colonial guy, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, you get it, but it buzzes in. It comes in through the ship, but it buzzes on your personal communicator because you're close to the ship. So you can either go back in the ship and talk to him, or you could just stand where you are and talk to him. It's up to you how you want to do it.
I'll go back on the ship and talk to him.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys, or you, however you want to do it. Not everybody but Rahman, at least, can go back on. I guess Saeed and Cyrus are fixing the ship currently, right, or sweeping the deck. So yeah, you go back in, and he comes up on the comm, and he says, "Well, I'm glad to see that you got back in one piece. There's been good reports coming across the bulletin. I saw your name pop up, and the Sacred Oasis. I knew that ship was a good investment."
Well, I'm glad we haven't not disappointed you. It was a close thing, though. Very close.
It was, and of course, because the mission was not successful, they are going to try to not pay. But don't worry, I'm on it. We'll get you payment for your time spent, and also, I heard there was some major damage to the ship.
There was. It is going to need repair. Probably at least a day's repair.
Okay. All right. I'm on it. We're going to get you taken care of there. Then we'll get you back to Coriolis. I've got a few assignments. The horizon never sleeps.
Yes, it will be good to see the station again.
Yes, it looks like the portal is down, and it's going to be a long haul around. It might be there might be need of some people to take the long way to get to the colony, but we're not sure now. It seems that politics. In any case, be safe. If you need me, you know where I'm at. And he signs off.
Okay. All right.
Yep. So he's looking into that for you. I guess you can all eventually the reporter when she comes back out of the ship after Rahman shows her that ship. She's with Rahman and she says, we should talk to your captain again."
And then Rahman is completely absorbed in talking about like flying and things, and he's like, even though she says that, he keeps on rambling on, and he says, "The trick about piloting is not to think of the ship as a ship, but as an extension of your member, of your body, like your hands or limbs, or and he starts using his hand to do like these loops and things like that, and says, yes, that's when you pull on the throttle and you exert force against the downward shift, and he just goes on and on. And on.
You can see that she's recording, and then every once in a while she hits a button to like get a clip, a soundbite. They'll give lots of Ramon sound bites on the news. Some logical, some not so much. So yeah, she comes outside and she's kind of working her way back towards Sacred Oasis. With Ramon in tow, I'm assuming if he follows her. She's like, we should definitely get some shots of you outside the ship. And she'll basically wait there until she sees Amira again.
All right, yes, Amira would probably leave the ship after talking to Jared. Yeah.
Yeah, she gets a wide shot, and she's like, the captain emerges from her craft. Heroes, or are they? Oh, Amira, Captain Amira. We should get a tour of your ship now. People are going to want to see the Sacred Oasis. I've heard so much about it from your pilot here, Ramon. And she starts to walk like closer to you with the camera and towards the ship, trying to ingratiate herself into the ship.
All right. Just know we took damage. It's not.
Well, I can imagine. It must have been very frightening.
Yes, it was. Very, very frightening. She'll
Yes,
smile
yes.
at her and say, but come with me. I'll give you a tour.
Excellent. Yep. And she'll follow you and do a tour. As you show her around the ship, she asks you, various types of questions like what kind of stuff you do and how you got involved in this, the standard stuff. And she tells you, actually, she says, yes, your name is being spoken of your crew throughout the station already. Seems you were quite brave in saving a young girl who was singing your praise.
Oh, Shanaz?
Shanaz, exactly. Yes, she said that the group that she was with would have all died from radiation poisoning if not for your group not only bringing them to the med lab, but also fighting off some beasts, some Nakras.
There were beasts. There were. But Ramon was really the one who really helped Shanaz.
Yes,
I'd like
he's
that to be known.
He's quite something, isn't he?
He's the best pilot in the Third Horizon.
Yes, he is. Yeah, so she gets your interview and stuff. Whoever cares to be interviewed. After a while, she feels like she has enough, and she bids you farewell and goes off to write up her put together her news clip. You see her standing like she like has a tripod, like ejects from it, and she's standing there like talking, doing like the intro thing or whatever.
Okay.
As you're kind of out there in the thing.
I need to eventually talk to Cyrus privately, but I don't know if she's going to do it. She's on the ship, so.
Yeah, well, I think Cyrus is on the ship, and so is Saeed, and I guess Ramon can or cannot be. He came over with the reporter, so he either went on the ship, or did you go somewhere else, Ramon?
Ramon had to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
He's back.
So he's on the ship.
Yep.
Okay. How about the rest of you? Where's Cyrus?
Cyrus is on the ship, probably looking over the hull damage that was occurred. Seeing how long, it's going to take to fix it and what tools she's going to need.
Okay. Yeah, so she's on the ship.
Checking out the extranet for the what's been filmed. How badly she's messed herself up.
Okay, so there you go. You can find Amira. You can find Cyrus watching herself on the news.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
She's got a wrench in her hand and she's like watching the news. No, I'm fixing the ship.
I will stop and talk to Saeed for a second.
Okay.
I'll say, we need to go to the cantina and make sure our friend isn't speaking out of turn. our extortionist friend.
Yeah. Well,
You
when
go
you
take a
say
lesson, and I will meet you there.
you want me to go ahead, okay,
If that's if you
that's
don't mind.
fine. Yeah, I'll put the broom away.
Okay. I mean, like all space stations, you are allowed. I mean, I only mentioned this because you were in armor last time we talked. You are allowed to walk around with like a small weapon in the station, but if you walk around in armor, you're definitely going to be sticking out. But you can carry a sidearm or whatever if you that's what you care to do.
Yeah, I'll wear my sidearm then.
Yeah, I mean, most people in this kind of a station have some kind of a sidearm on. They can be a little wily, of course.
Yep.
But, yeah, you can find the cantina. You've probably been to the station before. I mean, you guys have been around for a little while, so you know where it is. Go down. It's kind of
Okay.
a classic place. Rugs on the ground, big couches, people laying down, smoking hookahs. They're bringing various drinks to people. You immediately spot the guy. He's gambling in the corner with some other. Look like they're stevedores. Deckhand kind of guys. They're
Right.
gambling and stuff. Yeah.
I'll order a coffee and then saunter over there.
Yeah, he looks up at you and he recognizes you. He says, "Oh, join in, please."
And I said,
I'll let you-
how's your luck going?
I am very lucky tonight. This is why I want you to join. If I was unlucky, I wouldn't want more to lose more money, would I?
Oh, so the gambler's with you tonight.
Exactly. And hopefully the dancer later.
What are they playing?
They're playing. I don't know what kind of games they play. They're playing some kind of a card game that is.
That's okay.
They're playing Michigan Rummy.
Well, I know about that. So
This is a new game that I learned. This is very interesting. I actually don't know what kind of card games they play. They're playing some kind of card game.
this Michigan place, what is?
It's on a backwater planet, in the first horizon.
Yeah.
Actually, in the zero horizon, I guess.
Well, I'll sit down. I'll throw my bet in.
Okay.
I'll enter on. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I mean, it's like kind of whatever the standard Katina, like basic card game
Yeah.
is, nothing, right. Yeah, well, hey, let's do it. That would be, I don't know what kind of gambling we got here. Let's see, how do you gamble in Third Horizon? We're entering new areas here. This is very exciting.
Yes.
I mean, I'm going to say you got to roll some, probably observation. I'm guessing would be or it depends if you're trying to. Are you more of a manipulator or an observer? I guess you could go either way.
He's more of an observer.
All right, yeah, you can roll observation to see if you can outwit these guys. I'll say that there's against the batch of them. I'll give them this many dice to make it easy. Oh, okay. Oh wow, well they suck. His luck is changing unless you.
Let me see. For some reason, I lost it.
Uh-oh.
Let's try that again. There we go.
Minute success. There you go. Yeah, you sit down and a couple hands. Everyone puts their card down or they put it to their forehead or however you play, and then and you win. And he looks at you and he says,
We're playing Indian poker.
"Yes, exactly.
Or Polish poker.
This is he's a little bit. You can tell he's a little tipsy. He's like, I thought you'd be my good luck charm, but it seems like you're bad luck. But now you must give me a chance to win it back." We'll say that was like 10 beer. That seems like a normal bet.
Okay.
All right, he's gonna. Oh no, he's terrible.
Yeah, so am I.
All right, somebody else on the table wins, and then he looks at you and he says, let me get you a drink," and he orders you whatever, like coffee or whatever, if you want something else. And it goes on like that. You guys do some minor gambling. He's
Yes.
pretty. He doesn't mention anything to you at all about the extortion.
Okay.
Nor does he say anything. In fact, what you gather is that the people that he's playing with, just from conversation, are all people that came back from the ship. They were all there with you. So, in one form or another, you didn't get to see everybody's face clearly, so maybe you don't recognize them all at first. But it's pretty clear they were all like deckhands or whatever from that ship. So, they're kind of happy that they're alive, but and thanking the icons, and they're actually in a better mood than maybe they should be, but they just happen to be alive, And,
Well,
yeah.
I'll be there and just kind of be celebrating with them too. I mean, as long
Yeah,
as
of course.
I can observe them, I'm
Oh
fine.
yeah, yeah. They're not. He doesn't speak at all about anything like what about the cargo at all. I mean, he just. In fact, they barely
Yeah.
talk about it. I mean, like every once in a while, somebody will say something like, "Oh, thank you." And he thanks one of the icons. That we made it back, and then everybody raises their drink, and they drink, and then they go back to what they were doing. They don't ever really mention specifics.
Right.
So at least from the time you're there, he hasn't said anything. All right, back on the ship. Amira / Cyrus / Ramon, who's in the bathroom. We don't need to roleplay that.
He came back out quite quickly.
Cyrus, how does the ship look?
She'll be in top shape in no time. Give me about a day. I'll have all this repaired.
I have no doubt. But I need to speak with you. We need to work on your media savvy, darling.
Yeah. I see that. I'm like kind of half paying attention to you, and I'm sort of like looking at the screen, like, God, like, would you be able to recognize my face? Like, if you were to see that, would you be able to recognize that was me? It's like my robot arm all up in the screen.
All right, I'm gonna put my hand in. Go ahead.
Also, you see your name underneath it.
Like what planet I was born on, and like.
I will. Yeah, since she's not really paying attention, I'm gonna put my hand on her shoulder and physically turn her around. And I will say, "You are very, very good at what you do, Cyrus, and I appreciate all the skill you showed in helping us escape the Ghazali. But words matter. More than almost anything, words matter, and you need to be more cautious with yours. Clear?"
All right. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, it's just kind of like, I'm not good with that. I mean, I'm good with machines. you know, um,
That I know. That's why I hired you.
right, right. Uh, and I don't like being around TVs for reasons. They never capture my good side.
Oh, I think you look quite lovely. But I really need to get this through to you. That you need to take care and caution with how you speak and to whom you speak.
All right, I'll leave the camera stuff to you then.
Or Ramon, he seems pretty comfortable with it now. Yes, I like I said, I adore you. I think that you are a great addition to our crew. But a couple times now, your words have potentially threatened the crew, and I can't have that.
Okay. I'll just do the talking to the machines then.
She
Well,
smiled at
Captain,
you and said,
I think Cyrus understands where you're coming from.
Where did you come from?
I was in the bathroom until just a few minutes ago. I thought I'd take care of the business real quick. But yeah, as I was saying, I didn't mean to, but I overheard the last part of what you were talking about. I believe Cyrus understands.
"Okay, I think so too. I think we have a good
Right.
crew."
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
it
I'll no
wasn't for
longer talk
Cyrus.
to the camera. You make sure that the camera doesn't point to me because, like, they never get my good side. That's like, right? Yeah. No, just, I'll stay in the ship as much as possible to avoid cameras altogether. And, people and talking.
I'm not necessarily saying that. I'm just
No,
saying
I mean,
you learn
it's
to guard your tongue, that's all.
right.
Okay.
Yes.
And Amira kind of squeezes your shoulder, you know. And she'll leave the ship and head to the cantina.
Which shoulder? Because it kind of matters.
The non-robotic shoulder.
Okay.
Okay, so Cyrus, you're just going to stay with the ship and work on it, or are you going to go to the cantina with?
Oh yes, I have exposed myself enough for one day.
Raman's gonna go up to Cyrus after Amira leaves and says, "Whew, Cyrus, at first when that lady was coming at me with that camera, I was so nervous I didn't know what to say."
Yeah, well, you know, I never know what to say. I just kind of put my foot in my mouth and roll with it.
Well, you did save me from a certain misfortune of being completely idiotic on the camera. You have my thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, listen, Ramon, as she kind of gets close to you, if you see some guys dressed in sort of nice clothing, suspiciously walking around the ship, would you just kind of let me and only me know?
Why are you interested in dating men that are well dressed?
Yes.
I gotcha. And he winks and he points at her. You can count on me, Cyrus. I'm your best buddy.
Appreciate it. And if they look like they have a gun, please do not approach them. Just let
Of
me
course.
know.
Yeah, and with that, Raman nods and joins Amira.
Okay. Yeah, you guys sit down again. It's not hard. This is not a huge station, so you're able to find the area where there's like several coffee shops in the main cantina where you know you can smell the smoke from all the hookahs being smoked and stuff. As you kind of step into the space, and it's relatively loud. People are having a good time. Some people are throwing dice on the ground. There's little card games going on. You quickly spot Saeed over there with a small group of men. They seem to be gambling and drinking coffee and socializing. Yeah.
Okay.
And when you're kind of standing in the entranceway, like looking for him, and when you do, you hear a soft voice next to you, Amira, a woman's voice, and she says, "We should have the transfer soon."
I don't even look. I just say, okay.
Can I buy you a drink?
Okay. Of course.
Okay. She kind of like brushes past you softly, like not like an oh way. She kind of like doesn't like kind of like a, and then she kind of moves up to the kind of a corner area. And as she's walking towards the table, there's some people sitting. They like look up and they get up and they walk away. And she takes the table, and sits down. And does like that for you to sit.
I will sit.
Where's Ramon going?
Raman sits next to Amira, and he says,
Third wheel.
yeah, and he looks sort of uncomfortable, but all of a sudden he says, I will take a very bitter, dark coffee.
She like does it with her hand, and a server comes over and takes your order. What would you like, Amira? They have fine champagne.
A glass of champagne would be lovely. Thank you. We do have to celebrate our survival.
Indeed.
And some baklavas too.
Oh yes, I like the way you think. So yeah, you get the stuff she says to you. She kind of leans in close and she says, "Well, with the rescue mission being put on hold, well, there's going to be a lot of people wanting to go back to the Coriolis station. If you have room on your ship, I think we could arrange something."
You see Raman leading closer and closer to the conversation.
I'm going to look at Ramon. I'll say, It looks like Saeed is gambling over there. Why don't you see how his luck has held?
No, this is very fascinating.
She Sabetta like reaches up and kind of like brushes your face a little bit. She says, "You're very cute, and I've heard the best pilot in the Third Horizon. We could definitely use you."
He smiles and looks at the captain. If captain, gives him the eye to get lost, he's gonna follow that.
Yeah, I will. I'll be like, go somewhere else, Ramon.
Yeah, he takes his coffee and he's looking mighty awkward and heads over to Saeed.
Don't forget the baklava.
Oh yes, and he grabs like 3.
He's a fabulous pilot. He's just...
Yes, I thought for sure we may have been in trouble there when the other ship seemed not to be in the best shape.
No, Ramon is who I would trust. I would trust my life to Ramon, to all of my crew.
That's a good position to be in. It's tough to get a good crew these days.
Yes,
And
I am lucky. The judge has blessed me.
things are changing in the horizon. With this portal down, transport is going to be very interesting. So I'm glad that we were able to make a connection. And she picks up her champagne and sips it.
Well, what are you thinking?
Well, typically, you're looking to transport back to Coriolis, maybe 100 beer per person. But with the shortage of transports here, we could probably get triple that. And, of course, I would help arrange it and would, expect a quarter.
I'm not sure I'm looking to profit off people's misfortune.
Well, they need to go back. Certainly, you're not going to do it for free.
True. We do normally charge for passage.
Yes, I mean, those that can pay will pay. Those that can't will wait. It's not your fault that the ship fell into the star. Or is it? And she kind of looks at you, and then she laughs.
Many things are my fault, but that is not one of them.
You never can tell.
I'll take a sip of my champagne. So things have been hectic. We've been through a lot. Let me think on it.
As you wish. Just in case, I'm going to start the preliminaries. And she kind of puts her hand on yours as she kind of stands up. And then she takes her champagne and tosses it back and puts it down on the table, winks at you, and then walks away. Back at the ship.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, that's okay. Back at the ship, Crystal being a psychic apparently, you're there working on the ship when you hear kind of a gruff voice. Although it's not a well-dressed man. It is somebody dressed as Steve Dorr. He's a big, bulky guy. He says, "Hey there. I saw you on the bulletin." Cyrus.
Really?
He crosses his arms like this.
I'm sorry, you have me at a disadvantage.
Yes, I do. And you kind of you see him dart his eyes back and forth. You can see about 40, 50 feet back, there's 3 other guys, and they're all armed. They just have pistols on their sides, but they're just kind of staring.
Okay, look. I know what you're here for. And I wish I could help you, but at the moment, I can't. But I will as soon. I'm sure we're gonna get, you know, uh, reprimands for the things that happen, and then you'll get what's coming to you.
Well, I mean, I could get what's coming to me right now if I just take you down. Put you in cold storage.
There's no need. Uh, Look, are you, like how much? How behind am I? I mean, I can't be that far behind.
What do you got for weapons on the ship?
Oh,
My men here have some trouble getting bigger arms. If you can give us 4 carbines, I'll forget I saw you. For now.
We don't have that on the ship, right?
Okay, I do actually. Well, you have, because you have 3. Yeah, if you count Saeed's. You got Saeed's fancy one, and then you have 2 that you took from the ship, right? 2, right? Because didn't Rahman have one, and also, yeah, there's 3.
Yeah.
How about I buy you a drink, and we'll call it even for now?
That arm looks quite valuable. And he does the thing again with he kind of looks back and forth, and you see the guys kind of put their hands down by their pistols.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot cheaper when you have to pay for a surgeon to keep the person alive.
Right. True. All right. Just give me a moment. I'll see what I can do.
Okay. He walks up to you. He's not going to let you walk away. He's going to walk right in there with you.
Can I okay, can I use my communicator and contact the captain? Well, like without him seeing it?
You could try. You have to do a manipulation, I think, or deceit. There's a skill for that. It's called. I'll tell you right now. Yeah, you'd have to do manipulation versus their observation. If you do it and you fail, then he'll see you. So I mean, you can't your communicator doesn't have any kind of emergency signal on it, but you could just open the communicator so it could be heard, I suppose.
Yeah,
but again, he'll see you if you.
Basically like making a phone call without him seeing, but I'm not actually gonna put it up to my ear. You know what I mean?
Yep. Go ahead, make a manipulation check.
Manipulation.
If you're successful, then.
Manipulation is empathy.
Yeah.
No. Man, no, I don't. I don't want to do that. No. Mm-mm. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna. I don't even want to attempt it. I don't want to die here.
Okay. Nobody wants to die.
Yeah. All right. Look, I don't have 4 carbines.
Okay.
But I got 3.
All right. Let's go. And you see the guys from behind, like they walk closer. They don't go into the ship. When you go in, he'll go in with you, but they won't go in. They'll just kind of stand there with their pistols outside, kind of guarding.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go in with him. I mean, I don't really have a choice here.
Okay. Yeah. If you bring him to the weapons locker, he will take the 3 carbines, and he'll say, "This will buy you some time." Kind of looks at you. He's like 6'4", so he kind of looks down at you. as he picks up these things like under his arm, and he says, "Actually, I may have something else for you." And he reaches down into his pocket. He pulls out a chip, like one of those, like basically a USB drive. And he holds it out like this for you to put your hand on. And he says, "Somebody will contact you on Coriolis Station for this. Don't open it. Don't mess with it. Just give it to them."
If you'll leave one of the carbines behind.
Are you negotiating now?
I'm attempting to do my best.
You're not doing a very good job. Go ahead and roll manipulation.
Damn it!
You never know. No.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. He's like, take the Coriolis, and we'll count this as your. You do a good job. This will be this month's payment.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay. And then he walks out with the carbines, and they turn, and the whole group walks away.
I am so fucked.
Okay. And then back at the cantina. That's because you put yourself at risk for that experience point. You just earned it.
Yeah.
Back at the cantina.
2 experience points.
There you go. That's right. Back at the cantina, Sabata leaves Amira, and you're kind of, you're sitting at the table with the champagne glass or whatever, and some baklava. What do you guys want to do in there, Saeed, Rahman, and Amir?
Rahman walks over to Saeed's gambling table, and he taps on the shoulder of Saeed and says, "So, Saeed, how is everything going?"
I'm having a good night. You want to sit in here? He said, I saw you come in with Amira.
"Well, I thought you would never ask." And he sits down.
And I just kind of shove my winnings in front of him and say, here, why don't you take care of this for me?
"Oh, you want me to gamble all of this?"
Well,
That would be exciting.
you're a pretty lucky person. I think I think the gambler will be with you tonight.
There you go.
Well, my patron is the deckhand, but gambler has always smiled upon me before.
Of course.
And then he puts all of it down on his table and says, "All right,
All right.
let's see if the gambler is with us."
Oh goodness.
Okay. Go. You can do. It's first of all, let's roll a d6 to see how many 100 beer it is.
Go big or go home.
That's right. Just roll a d6 there, Young.
Here we go. Oh, where's that? Here it is. Roll. I'm just gonna roll.
Okay.
6.
All right. So it's 600 beer. All right. Yeah. All right. Observation or manipulation, whatever you like.
I'm slowly sipping my coffee.
Oh boy.
Since you started with 10, you've been doing really good.
Observation or manipulation, you said?
Whichever one you want to roll, yep, and they're going to do an opposed check.
I got 0 on both of them.
Well, give it a
Here
shot.
we go. Ooh, limited success.
All right, let's just see. The table has 6 dice, so let me see if they get anything. No, I've been rolling that crap all night. Yeah, you win.
All right.
Yeah, so you basically you win this hand. Like everybody's just throwing their money, and they're like, "Oh man, this guy's a sucker," and you win this 1,200 beer, and they kind of look at you, and they're just like, "You're buying drinks."
Well, thank you, Saeed. It seems like you're a very rich man tonight. And then he says, "I'll take 300 out of them."
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just take it. I'll just take the 6 I had, and I'll leave the rest.
Okay.
All
Nice.
right, so you left them with the 300. They say,
Yep.
oh, they just start buying drinks with it. these are the guys that get their paycheck and spend the whole thing at the bar, so they're spending it. They haven't got,
Yeah.
they got nothing else to do. I mean, they're living on the station for now.
Well, Ramon gets his cut too, so.
But of course, yes, these guys that they take their the beer that's left and they continue to buy drinks and stuff if you hang out with them, or you guys can proceed however you want. Let me see if there's any other exciting things that are going to happen while you're there. Nope, nothing in particular happens while you are at the cantina for the rest of the evening. However long you want to stay there.
Raman asks Amira, he goes like, have you seen Shanaz? I haven't seen her since we returned to the station.
Oh, I have not seen her either. It would be nice to see her again.
I hope the little girl's all right.
Me too. She's very special, and you were so brave and kind to help her, Ramon.
I wonder if she is reunited with her guardians. She's awfully young, no?
Very young.
Yeah. You would since you're well, did you go back to Amira, or are you talking in front of those deckhands?
Yeah, I went back to Amira.
Oh, okay, all right, so they won't say anything. Yeah. Yes, she was young. Although you would probably remember that the guy told you that the people she was with anyway is dead. Whether or not she has other people is you didn't find that out, I guess.
Could I ask around to find out where she went?
Yeah, if you ask around, most of the people are either if they're still sick, they're down at the med lab, and everybody who was like not so sick, they set up basically like a tent city in one of the dock base, because not everybody who came back could afford, because they didn't all have their tags with their beer, and people still figuring out who they are. So instead of like making people pay for hotels and stuff, they basically just set up an area where everybody could stay for free, and that's very likely where she is, being that she's a child and probably doesn't have any money.
Yeah, Raman says to Amira and Saeed, if you do not mind, I would like to go down to that place and check out if I could find her. I worry for that small girl.
Of course, Ramon.
I will meet you back at the ship in a few hours.
Yes, that sounds right.
Oh, and one more thing. Yeah, he takes out that little disc that he's been carrying around, and hands it over to Amira.
Okay, I'll take it. Put that down. I will definitely take it.
Was that the green disc? The green disc?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Cool, yeah. I mean, it's not nobody's really looking at you, so it's not like you have to hide it or whatever, so you do that. Yeah, if you head down there, you will eventually find her. I mean, you see that it's not, the station is taking care of people. Everybody is that lives on this station, the stevedores and stuff, have like brought down blankets and extra bedding, and they've laid down carpets and stuff on the floor and pillows. So people are kind of created like little kind of sleeping and living areas, and people are that maybe hadn't been reunited are reunited. But you do eventually find her. She's still with the original guys that you met her with. God, I forgot. You always forget that guy's name. Lenore. You see, he's there. He's looking a lot better now because he was pretty radiated before. She's with him.
Excellent. Yeah, he's gonna go up to them and say, Shanaz, you're all right.
Oh yes, I'm feeling much better, Irma. Thank you.
Good.
We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you.
Well, I was just worried that you might have been lost in this big station.
No. Lenore has been helping me, and hopefully I'll get back to Coriolis soon. I have family there.
Good. Perhaps we are heading back to Coriolis because that's where we were originally from. Maybe if the time is right, we might be in touch with you and offer you passage.
Well, that would be excellent. Thank you so much.
And just one more thing. And he pulls out the winnings from tonight and hands her over 200 gold or 200 beer.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, her eyes like light up. And she quickly takes it and puts it into like the folds of her clothes or whatever. She doesn't have much with her. She
And,
says, "Wow, you're so generous."
well, easy come, easy go. Lenore, please take good care of Shanaz for me. And he waves them goodbye and heads back to the ship.
Yep, he smiles and says, "Thank you, Ramon. You're a good man." And you hear people as you're walking through, people whispering, "Is that Ramon? I think that's Ramon."
Nice.
Yep, these people know who Ramon is. You get a name for yourself in the not getting beat up by gangster way, as somebody else has. All right, so you head back towards the ship. How about Amira and Saeed? Are you guys going to do anything else before you head back to the ship?
I would just make sure with Saeed that nothing's been said before we head back.
Yeah, I think we're all fine.
Okay.
I mean, he seems to be quiet. I'll hand her, 500 of the beer that I have. I said, I think you know what to do with this.
Yes.
I
We'll
said,
see.
"Okay,
Yep.
we'll
Okay.
see." Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you,
guys head
by
back.
the way. I would thank him and thank Saeed.
He goes, "No problem, sis."
She strokes his cheek and they head back.
Excellent. And all's well. Back at the ship. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You guys get back to the ship. Cyrus is there, fixing things up. Watching herself on TV.
Weapons locker is gutted.
Yeah, at least didn't take your power armor.
No, just take the Vulcan with the advanced scope on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably not watching TV anymore. I probably don't care anymore. It wouldn't. Don't be surprised if there's like a weird robotic fish-shaped hole through the TV. Actually,
Okay, you'll have to fix that. Yeah, so you get back to the ship, and as you're all kind of settling in to eat or whatever, and to get ready for the night, you get again called from your patron, who I keep forgetting his name, but he calls in, and he says to you, "Good news, good news. We're still working on the money. No, that's not the good news. However, Nana Alades wants you to be on the morning show. Apparently, word's spreading that you guys were quite heroic out there.
so
And you would know
where's
that
the
she's
money
pretty
at?
famous. You still let her talk?
Yeah, Mira will look at Cyrus and say, "What did I just tell you?"
Sorry, I'm going to go talk to the machines. Hey, Saeed, will you come talk to machines with me?
Sure. And I just roll my eyes and look at him here.
Go ahead.
I'll take care of this.
Okay. Does she want the whole crew or does she want
Oh,
Ramon?
yeah.
He's quite popular.
She requested the entire crew. If everybody is willing. It's the they have a 20% share. So you're gonna get it's nice to be on that show. Just don't mention too much about me.
Of course,
I
no.
don't want to get a big head. I mean, maybe a little bit.
I won't mention you too much.
Right, just enough.
Just enough.
Yeah, this is going to look really good for us. Heroes are always worth more in fees for any kind of colonization and travel. This is going to be great. Kind of.
She's still hosting from the. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Yes, she is from the Spire.
From the Spire. I just want to ask you.
Yes. Well, you've probably been to the Spire, but the rest of these rugrats. Hey, lady laughs.
Hey, who are you calling a rugrat?
Not you, darling. Not you.
Oh, I didn't know you hung out in the spire all the time there, Saeed. Actually, you probably have hung out in the spire. You know I love you, buddy.
Well,
I'm
I
not
think
there,
that-
so
right.
Oh, you're not? Oh. I thought everybody was there with the ship. Oh, that's right, you left. So
Yeah, Cyrus.
that part of the conversation did not happen. But Ramonda's there. Yeah, he's he's your patron, so he's right. He's like your agent.
Right.
Nice.
Well, if you think it's a good idea, well, certainly we'll do it.
Yeah, just as always, it's a 20% share. Just be careful what you say. I don't have to say that to you, but
I think
you know.
I'm going to not take Cyrus. The ship needs repair. That's a good excuse. She can hang back.
Okay, whatever you think is best.
Yes.
I
She's
always
not a fan
trust
of the
your.
spotlight.
Yeah, I always trust you to get out ahead, and that puts me ahead, and that's what I like. So
This has been-
they're thinking 3 days from now. You gotta do it while the news is hot. See if we can get you a portal jump before then.
Well, the portal is down, isn't it?
Well, the portal moving forward is to Teon, but to get back is open.
Oh,
Yeah, there's. I mean, you would know this. There's 2 portals. One gets you there, and then one gets you out.
okay.
So it's like the in ramp is the out ramp is broken, but you can go back the way you came, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Each portal only goes in Coriolis. The way the portals work is each one only goes to one spot. So you like go in one and you come out, and then if you were to go back through, you just go to the same spot again. Like it's not like not like Stargate or whatever. At least as I understand Stargate. Yeah. So basically, in this system, there's only 2. I guess you would know this. So there's only 2 portals in this system. There's one in and one out. One going to and from Coriolis, the core system, I should say, and then one going to and from Teon. On some systems, there's a bunch of portals, so you could actually, if one went down, it wouldn't be a big deal. And this one it kind of is actually, because it's cutting off that whole sector for the most part, which is kind of a bad thing.
All right. Right.
So that's all meta that you would know that obviously as a ship's captain. So you can get back to Coriolis the same way you came. And in fact, it's probably not going to be. I mean, people are leaving because there's nowhere else to go. They can't go to the next system because the portal's broken. So they got to get you a portal, a jump. You'll need to talk to the station manager. He kind of looks down at his computer. He says, Ravin Bakor. See if you can see Ravin. I think, yeah, his father's cousin did some business. Yeah, okay. Well, I should be able to get you in. Just mention my name when you go there tomorrow. I'm sure it's gonna be a long line.
Of course. Robin Bakar.
Yeah, Robin.
And I'll mention you,
Rhavin.
Jairus.
Yeah, thank you. Not too much on the TV. I get embarrassed. Maybe a little bit. I mean, really, you probably couldn't have done it without me because the ship and.
I will
don't
make
want to
sure
credit.
that you get. I'll make sure you get your due, darling.
Well, yeah, I would never take your credit, but we're a team, right? We're a team.
We are a team. We have a good working relationship.
Yes, we do. And I'm working on your money. So get yourself a portal jump, and we'll see you back in Coriolis.
We'll see you in Coriolis. We should
Alright.
go have dinner at Elkamar's.
Oh, that would be lovely. It's a date.
Date.
And he clicks his thing and he disappears.
Okay.
All right. Night passes.
I
Yeah, go
was gonna go talk to Saeed.
ahead. Okay, go for it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take Saeed back, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, I need you to see this thing over here. It's in the back. It's way over here, in the back. And then I'm gonna lead him over to where no one will be able to hear us, and I'm gonna kind of fidget with my one of the pins or something on my robot arm, and be like, so, listen, while you were out, and you shouldn't freak out or anything. But something happened.
Are you okay?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I mean robot arm. Yeah, you know. But some equipment is missing.
Do you mean stolen? What happened?
Yeah. Um, well, uh, 3 guns are no longer here.
What?
Yeah, and 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 one of them is yours. One of the ones that is not here anymore.
I see. Okay. Well, was it Jimmy? Did it? How did they break into it?
uh, no, it wasn't jimmied.
So did one of us leave it unlocked?
Um, are there cameras on the ship?
There's an AI on the ship. Yes.
Oh, there is an AI on the ship.
Yeah.
But you're okay, right? I mean,
Yeah, I'm okay. Look,
well, it might have been. It might have happened with some of the strangers. I mean, the ship was full of people, and if one of us, you know, if we hadn't done due diligence, they might have gotten into it.
yeah, that could be it, but I don't think so.
Well,
In fact,
what do you think happened then?
I kind of know that's. I think someone took them. You know, uh, took them instead of I don't know, something. Do you know it takes a lot of money to make robotic things?
So, yeah,
Right.
yeah. Remember, I've been bugging you to give me magnetic boots
Right.
for my armor.
Boots. I'll have to get those adjusted. So, look, and sometimes when you need to make robotic things
Yeah.
and you don't have money, you have to get money, right?
Okay. Okay. Well, what are you saying, Cyrus?
I'm saying the guns were taken in lieu of payments.
What did you?
Look, I tried to negotiate, but there was no reasoning with this guy.
So you pawned them? Is that?
No, I didn't pawn them. I don't know, no. All right, look.
Listen,
Hey, Cyrus, do you want some baklava?
Where did you come from?
You hear the door open, and there's Rahman with a box of baklava.
No, thanks.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm good.
I'll take some.
Yeah, they're very delicious. And then he hands her one of them.
Awesome. Okay. Now I gotta talk to Cyrus about
Saeed?
magnet boots.
Oh. Well, I could use a magnet boot too.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it later.
I said, but you're okay. I mean, so a guy came in, took these things.
Yes. Well, 4 guys. Well, 1 guy came in, but there were 3 other guys with him.
Okay.
And I mean, even with a robot arm, I can't take on 4 guys at once.
So I think, well, no, you probably did the wise thing. He said, well, we'll see if we got these guys on camera, and we'll see what's going.
We were
Right.
robbed?
Yeah, it appears.
No, it just no.
What?
The captain doesn't have to know about this, right? And no need. Like,
We're a crew.
The Amira has to know about this. What
Yeah.
happened?
no, look, it's like, here's your baklava. I'll give it back to you. You can pretend you never came in here.
Is there something that the captain must know about? I could get her for you.
Shut up, Dassine. Doesn't involve you.
Captain, alert!
Yes.
Would you say this is a yellow or an orange alert?
It's not. It's not any. It's clear. It's a clear.
Clear alert.
condition.
Yeah.
Clear alert.
Amira, it appears we've had a break-in. We're missing a few
mean-
weapons.
Break-in is like
No.
that's
A
not
break-in.
exactly how I would put it.
Intruders? All of a sudden, all the doors shut on the ship. They won't get out.
Desat, why don't you bring up on video?
Arming weapon systems.
No,
Wait,
stand
we have
down.
weapon systems inside the ship.
Stand down.
No.
To see.
Disarming. You have a malfunctioning AI.
What is happening? What was stolen and who took it? Who stole from me?
3 carbine rifles and the syndicate. Yeah. And I wouldn't
syndicate.
say they necessarily stole from you. I would say that they borrowed without intention to return.
That's usually called stealing, and they
Yeah.
would chop off your hand for that.
Oh, what? Are you a dictionary now, Ramon?
Come on, Cyrus. What's going on? Just be honest with us and tell us what happened.
Yeah, I owed some people some money. And some of those people saw me on the news. And they paid me a visit.
So how much money do you owe?
I mean, a robot arm's worth.
Which is how much?
I don't think we've ever actually discussed that. Well, how much do your magnet boots cost? Because the robot arm cost a lot more than that.
Which family are you?
I put a rough estimate in the chat, Crystal.
I mean, like 20, 45,000 burr, give or take.
45,000 burr?
I mean, look, it's, rough estimate. That's probably less actually, because, I've been making diligent payments on time every month until recently when I didn't have money.
How much are your payments?
3 carbine rifles worth.
Which family did you deal with?
I believe I had that answer, and now I don't.
This I do not know.
Yeah.
You put that in your background. I'm not sure what it is. It is one of the.
Funny how these things are always forgotten. I don't remember who I owe.
I mean, I owe people who gave me money to build a robot arm.
Yeah.
Well, you never did tell us about how you got to get your robot arm. That's a story for another time. But
My arm got caught in the press.
Yeah.
but at least I am happy that you told us about it honestly now. It's better to know these things while we're here in the station than in the thick of things when pirate from the syndicate attacks us, our ship.
Yep.
Well, we
Yeah.
should make sure we lock down whenever we leave the ship. Anybody leaves the ship.
Yes. And nobody's staying alone on the ship anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, no one told me that we had internal security systems.
Security
I was
system
just-
activated.
I
No,
think
stand down.
I believe that is just Dasin pulling our chain.
Outside the ships, like your weapons are like moving around. People who are on the dock are probably like, what the
Yeah. Saeed just kind of looks and he goes, I think I'm going to go up to the atrium for a little bit.
Go.
Check some things out. And I'll head up to the atrium.
So Dasin, right? Dasin's the name of the AI, right?
Yeah.
Why do I know these things? Okay. Dasin is like, don't worry, Captain. I have identified the infiltrators.
There are no infiltrators. You need to stand down.
No, I have I have them.
Oh, the video, right. Mira is thinking. We're trying to think fast. Show me.
You see this video pop up, and you do see actually these people, but their faces have been like digitally altered, in the video to look exactly like your faces. And then Dasan's like, one of them is you, Captain, and also Saeed and Rahman. Why are there two Sears? Is that how you say that? Overload. Shutting down weapon system.
We really have to get rid of Dasin.
What do you mean?
The syndicate.
Suddenly gets very stuffy in here.
I have repairs to do, right? So I'm just going to go do this.
We can go
Yes.
to the atrium, which is beautiful. All right, cool. Wow. All right. I think actually we should probably leave it there. See, we got back on there. You got some a little press time. We had some issues with the syndicate, and you may have some more work coming. So this is very good. Should we do the experience points? Let's do it. Does anyone want to do anything else before we stop that needs to be done before next session?
I don't know if I want to tell them about the memory chip or not.
Okay, well, you can decide that and tell them next session. Well, of course, the AI, sorry. Well, actually, they watched the video. So,
Oh, yeah, true.
whether or not Amira wants to ask you about it, Amira, do you see this big guy drop a memory chip into Sirius's hand? Well, the big guy, though, looks like you.
Right. Yeah.
He's got your face.
Your face, just like huge, bulgy muscles and 3 carbine rifles under one arm.
Yeah, he's like, well, it's you.
One with a very nice scope on it.
Yeah. Yeah, she would probably go to Cyrus again and say, what did he give you? What's going on? I need the truth, or I can't have you on the crew.
And she'll just I don't know, maybe she put it down in her robot arm or something. She'll take it out. And it's just some memory chip. I don't know what's on it. He said, don't open it. Don't mess with it. Just someone will contact me on Coriolis and give it to them then.
All right. I think I'll leave that with you for now. But no more secrets.
Yeah, we don't have any more.
All right. We will help you, Cyrus. We will make this right.
Well, I mean, I just gotta get back to making money and payments, and then maybe I can make 2 payments and get back the rifles.
Well, maybe. We'll have to see, but we will help you.
Cyrus will put the chip back in her robot arm.
I'm sorry I'm hard on you sometimes, but honestly, you can come to me. Please, come to me.
I thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
All right. Inamir will kiss her on the cheek, and she'll head back to where she's going to sleep tonight.
Excellent.
Roman heads into where Cyrus is, and he walks in there and says, "It was a long day, Cyrus," and he plops down on the floor and says, "So I hear that. Well, you were telling us that you need some money." Cyrus?
What? I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention.
Nothing. And then he pulls out that 100 out of the 300 that he earned and heads over there and says, "Here, Cyrus, easy come, easy go. This is some beer that I got while carousing on the station. It's yours. Perhaps you could use it towards paying down your debt."
Huh. Oh. 100 per down, 39,900 to go.
"And here, have that baklava." And he offers him that one last piece of baklava.
Or 44,900 actually.
Well, you're also not talking about the 30% compounded interest since it's the syndicate.
Yeah.
That's what you originally took, but yeah.
And I've only been paying the interest, so.
That's right. You'll be done paying when they say you're done paying.
Yeah.
It's the syndicate. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Yeah, let's do experience points if we're good with that, and we'll get to Coriolis Station next time. So let's go through our list of things. I think we got some interesting stuff. Let's see. Did everybody participate? I think so. So 1 XP for everybody for that. Okay. Did you overcome a difficult challenge to help your crew to reach its current goal? This one maybe isn't so specific to this one unless somebody has a...
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we were able to divert the news hounds from sniffing out what was happening, and we were successfully able to distract them away from the secret cargo, I think.
Okay.
Well, the secret cargo's on the asteroid. I don't know.
Yeah, it's already on the
yeah.
asteroid, yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't know why you were... I mean, I guess you just weren't on the ship. There wasn't actually anything on the ship, as far as I know. Yeah, I don't think that really was something, but that was... I don't... Unless everybody else... We can vote. I think it's not unreasonable, but what do you think? Everybody else, do you think that's worth a point?
What was it?
We're the players, so yes. That's
Right.
definitely
I
yes.
think we're gonna say.
Oh, yes, that's right.
I mean, it's a cooperative thing, you guys. If you think it's worth
What
experience
was I
points,
saying?
yeah. I mean, it's up to you guys.
I misspoke again.
Yeah, no, I missed what we were talking about. I'm sorry.
Well, whether or not you feel like just holding the reporter off from going into your ship right away was the equivalent of did you overcome a difficult challenge to help your crew to reach its current goal?
Oh no.
Young's like, yes.
Yeah.
No.
No. I
Good
don't
try, Young.
I mean, no. I mean, like, if I'm being completely honest, no. Well, I mean, like.
Yeah, it's up to you guys. I mean, it's a group consensus, so that's how this works. I don't get to just decide. Okay, so did you put yourself or crew at risk because of your personal problem? Well, we know one of you did.
Yeah.
You did. I don't know what everybody else. I can't remember what everybody else's personal problem is because it's been in weeks. Did anybody else themselves?
No.
I risked the entirety of Saeed's earning in a gamble that was almost certain to lose.
That is true, actually.
That is true.
Because you do like to push. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll always get one for being a hothead. All right. Did you learn something new about yourself or another PC? Well, everybody learned something about Cyrus.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, except for Cyrus, you already do. So everybody else will get that one, unless you learn something about another PC.
Well,
as
she knew what she didn't know what our reaction was going to be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and she
true.
learned that she could always come to Amira.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. Okay, did you sacrifice or risk something for your PC buddy? Yeah, Crystal did for sure, right? Because your buddy is
Yep.
Raban.
Ramon. Yep.
Did anybody else sacrifice or risk anything for the PC buddy this time?
Not today.
I sacrificed the 100 beer for her.
No, you can't use that same thing over and over
Oh,
again. Young's is like, I just want all the experience all the time.
exactly.
Okay, and the final thing is, did you act in accordance? Well, the way we're doing this one, act in accordance with your icon is, did you reference or pray the icons or use the icons in your role play? I know that Rahman did at one point because you were mentioning.
Saeed said the gambler is with you at some point.
Yeah, yep. Saeed
Yeah.
did as well. I was going to say. And also, he went to the atrium, which is probably. Well, I guess that's not a temple. You guys don't have a temple on your ship, do you?
Yeah.
I can't remember. Oh, you do. Yeah, temple. You also know that you can pray at that. And you get that's good for you. So you probably might want to do that when you can, if you know you're about to do something risky.
I need to rip out some plants first. So.
Did anybody else do icon-y things?
No.
I mean, I have like a tattoo of my icon on my robot arm. So like
Nice.
I'm always doing icon-y things.
Okay. No.
Crystal, you're becoming more and more like me.
Yeah, exactly. They're going. They're trying to get that maximum.
My goodness. You guys are buddies.
Yeah, they're like, how can we squeeze out every last experience?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if that gives you 5 or more, you can use it to increase a skill, right? Or add your talent. So if you want to do that, feel free before the next session. And I'm going to leave it there. Thanks, guys.
Nice.